It is travel day. Spent the last 2 months here in Portugal finishing up the filming and editing of the Flex Freedom Journey, my 5-week flexibility course. And now I'm so excited to be packed up and heading off to Goa, India for 2 months of yoga teacher training. So I'm going to try bring you along for as much of a ride as I can, show you a little bit of the trip and show you Goa. So made it through security, really easy here in Lisbon. I'm gonna relax for a little bit in the lounge. We've got like an hour and a half now till a flight to Abu Dhabi first, then to New Delhi, and then down to Goa.
Airborne.
After about 28 hours traveling, finally made it to Goa.
28 hours.
Nice and simple, no AC, but we got a fan going. Nice simple shower, bum gun. Really reminds me a lot of Thailand so far. Let me show you outside here. Really cool little sitting area. The beach is just there. So we're gonna go exploring right now, take a walk around. I need to get some flip-flops and I need to get a different lighter white t-shirt. Beautiful beach. Look at this. Absolutely gorgeous. Really reminds me a lot of Phuket. The water is actually really warm. It's gorgeous. Definitely going to go for a proper swim in the morning. Let's go explore a little bit. I'm loving this beach so far. It's starting to get a little bit busier at this end. And the sun is starting to go down, so we'll see if the drum circles and stuff start up. So, just finished my first yoga class here in Arambol Beach. My course doesn't start for another 2 weeks, but I came early just to acclimatize myself, and I'm not on any particular time schedule. So I wanted to share my first thoughts. So first of all, this place is just beautiful. It's worked out absolutely perfect. Reminds me so much of Thailand. I'm almost getting deja-vu. Is how much it reminds me of Thailand and Phuket in particular. But the feelings that arose in the first class was very interesting. So this was my first yoga class in India, and in many ways one of my first sort of regular yoga classes. So waiting in the room to begin with, I got some of the butterflies. Maybe it's because it reminds me of Thailand, but I got some of the butterflies I would get before afternoon training at Sitsam Pinong, like in the heat of the day at 2 p.m. Or like sparring, and like a few new people showed up and you just weren't sure how hard they were gonna go. So interesting, like to notice like getting a little nervous before a yoga class, which is like meant to be about like letting go of ego and competition. And that leads me into the second part. So another guy in the class, and straight away, like I want to be competitive, or I'm sizing him up to see, would I take him in a fight? Right? It's like just ridiculous stuff, but interesting to observe. And then how certain different positions, the instructor mentioned it, how different positions might bring up different thoughts. And I noticed it, like I'd hit one certain pose and I'd have all these thoughts as to like, I gotta get my business going, gotta do this, gotta do that. And then I'd go into another position and I'd have all these like super competitive thoughts. So that was really interesting. And then lastly, just how hard it was to let go and like not try and force things, right? So I've been doing martial arts for 33 years. I'm just used to forcing stuff. I'm used to like pushing and forcing as much as, you know, I've been in Muay Thai and my Thai coach is always sabai, relax, relax. I'm still like used to using force, I guess. And now I'm having to let go of using force to do anything, and to slow down my breathing was really tricky. Anyway, just wanted to share those thoughts. I am now gonna head off for a walk up the beach to the market.
All I wanted, and all I need is to find somebody, to find somebody to make it so nicely. But I want to love, so come along.
Come along on my 2-minute walk to the beach. We're gonna head up to a little coffee shop, I think, get some work done today.
Ошенька, я вспомнила, я прямо встретила 2 дня назад. Слышно меня?
One eternity later.
Rain became mush for the first 2 weeks here, and I really struggled to get anything done. I actually did settle into a pretty good rhythm this last week, and a large part of that involved getting up nice and early, generally about 4 or 5 a.m., doing a few hours of work and then heading to the beach for sunrise and to do some basic exercise. So that's where I'm going to take you right now. It's really hazy right now because the sun hasn't come up, and as I alluded to in my room, I've just been finding this place so magical. At the risk of sounding really soppy, first time I walked down this beach when I arrived 2 weeks ago, I literally had this feeling like, you're home, I'm finally home. It's just so relaxing here. Even compared to Thailand, I find it really relaxing. Yeah, so amazing place. So I'm gonna get into my morning basic movement and exercise, and then I'm gonna take you guys for another tour later on today. This is my little morning ritual: some masala tea, some journaling, and maybe catch up with a couple of texts and emails, and then yoga time. This is a fantastic spot. Love it here. Whew. Just finished an amazing 2.5 hours with Saranj, with yoga. I didn't know those other people, so I didn't want to film the session. But I'm actually going to be doing an interview with him tomorrow and talking about yoga and frankly how it's so different here to what I've seen before in the UK and the USA. And it just makes so much more sense to me after 35 years studying martial arts and movement. I couldn't personally relate to a lot of the yoga I was shown and taught in the UK and the US. But what I'm seeing here reminds me so much more of master martial artists, of true masters. And I've been fortunate, I say fortunate, I've sought them out, but I've been fortunate to have trained with some of the very best in the world at various different systems. You know, guys who are internationally renowned, who write books and produce videos and courses. And the yoga I'm being shown by Saranj, and which I'm seeing from friends like Simon Borg-Oliver, reminds me of the martial arts that comes from those true masters. And it makes sense. Once you become a master of movement, whether it's yoga, martial arts, it's mastering movement. Also now, I'm finally understanding a little bit more of how the story of Bodhiyama traveling from India to China to take Buddhism and teaching at the Shaolin temple, teaching those monks kind of how to defend themselves. Finally, it's making a little bit more sense. I know it's an old story and who knows how much of it's true, but it's finally making a little bit more sense because I watch the guys here practicing yoga, particularly on the beach, and it's like powerful kung fu. It really is. I mean, it's very different to the yoga kind of I've seen before. Anyway, fantastic session, so relaxed. Now I'm gonna go have a chat to Saranj, and then I'm gonna head to my favorite coffee shop and get some work done on the app. One thing I do want to relate actually as well is that apparently it's not uncommon to have what I had the first few days here, which was the weirdest sense of the deja vu. the most powerful deja vu I've honestly ever had in my life. Like, I swear I've been to the Ecstatic Dance here before. I swear I've like met this drunk English guy on the beach here before. There's just these things that happened, which it was so powerful, the deja vu. I can't even express it. But other people have told me the same thing, and friends of mine who have been coming to India for 20-30 years have said it's not uncommon. Something about the vibration of India and the vibration of part of us. Yeah, so don't be surprised if you have deja vu, and if you feel more relaxed and peaceful than you've possibly ever felt. It's so colorful. I love the combination of Christian church and like Hindu. It is very windy this evening, but let's hope that some of the circus is going on. The kite surfing is fantastic tonight. So one of my favorite things for the last 2 weeks has been coming down here for sunset, surrounded by all these wonderful people and just stretching and meditating and chilling out and just watching like all the fun stuff going on. So